Hello everyone, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. We are returning from our failed run, which cost the life of our team leader, Monica Schaefer. We are just... So my mouse wheel kind of sucks. Going through the tunnels back to our home. This is apparently a good safe haven. Destroy all humans, just don't worry about it. Can we go over here? We cannot. It's always interesting seeing graffiti in games. Just what they put on. Good world building. I don't think we can go anywhere except in our base. Yeah. Just lets you do it though. Oh, I remember this place. Okay. You step inside, and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives way to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against the dim fluorescent lighting. Paul Amsel. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel. Your team's fixer and landlord. Part dealmaker, part information broker. One of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in. The grim faces, the hard stares, Elger's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face has gone ashen. He swallows. Takes a moment to chew on the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Something in the vault security system cooked her brain. It was way too quick to be black icy. Got her while she was jacked in. Run was the setup. Glory nods, her motions robotic and sparse. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. That's right! Elger thrusts a gloved finger into your chest. And this idiot stood by and let it happen! Brush your finger aside, that's bullshit, you weren't even in the room. Poke me, can I dare you? Ignore it. Let it happen. She jacked in, she screamed, and she seized. By the time we saw she was in trouble, it was already too late. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and micro-tremors are good indicators of a Decker in distress. I'm assuming you didn't have anyone keeping an eye out for those. No, if you had, my friend wouldn't be lying dead in the basement. Oh, shove off, Elger. We're all on the lookout for physical security, Shadow included. Throwing her under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under a bus is exactly where she belongs. Elger turns to face Dietrich. She towers over him, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that. But you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? Oh, my Elger is not as good as it was last episode. That's fine. You know how it is. It's always a work in progress. But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're gonna get burned. Elger turns her focus back to you. If you'd been paying attention, you would have figured all of this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Enough, Elger. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression blank. Enough. Elger's voice pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there's fire in her eyes. How many seconds passed between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to a Decker's brain in 5 seconds? Elger, none of our choices mattered. You don't have to answer that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood and watched. This is all your fault. That is enough! Amsel's voice comes out in a roar. I ain't doing a roar. My neighbors would complain. And his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Elger, you and Shadow can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason why we need to find him. We saw something back there. Something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're still in danger. He pauses, rubs his temples. Agreed. And to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we're dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Long enough to say the name, Flux-State. She fought hard to tell us, it must be important. Amsel seems taken aback. He pauses for a moment before responding. The Firewing. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. Glory raises an eyebrow. The Firewing? The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. He glances at Glory. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Flux-State is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Flux-State was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Amsel took a deep breath, slowly releases it. There was a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation, and no end in sight. It was a horror that you cannot begin to understand. Well, what stopped her? I can't imagine that a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course. But it was an experimental weapons designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. She fell in a hail of bullets and rocket fire, and crashed down in the radioactive wasteland of the SOX. This event was called the Dragonfall. Roll credits. Safe at last from the dragon's wrath, Germany celebrated Vauclair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. If the Dragonfall was as important an event as you make it out to be, I'm surprised that I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Elger. Not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public. And in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise to yet another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Vauclair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. He rubs his temples. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of Flux-State is a bit of a historical trivia, nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath trying to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Elger sweeps her eyes across the group, searching for a glimmer of insight. Finally, she gives up. Any ideas as to why? Amsel's voice trembles with frustration. No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Flux-State has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. He visibly struggles to calm himself, takes a deep breath, and slowly releases it. I will look into this, and I will find answers. In the meantime, did you turn up anything else of value? After everything went to hell, we were confronted by an orc in military-grade armor. He appeared to be the head of security. That is not much to go on? Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? He was an older guy, for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s. Pretty old for an orc. And he had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something. I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during the run that may be of value? State was just a front for whatever's going on in the basement. That much is clear, he nods. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. That facility took serious funds to build. And time. And there was more to it than we saw. places like that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret. The owners, whoever that may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? We did pull that one data schedule thing. We can hopefully sell that at some point here. That's not much. Amsel nods. You want to say Ansel. His face is drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Wait, we're still missing something. Who paid for this run? Amsel looks pained. I do not know his exact identity. I did not set up the run. Monica did. His face reddens. I warned her. I told her not to take the job. She assured me that it would be a cakewalk. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used to be a prominent activist in the F-State political scene. I never much liked the man, and I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause. Anything for the Flux-State. He sighs. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial to ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. We need to track down Monica's client and present for information. Yeah, let's go with that one. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably gonna rabbit. We need to chase him down before that happens. So we need information on Green Winters, and we need it fast. There's a man here on the Kreuzbasar, a Turk named Altug Barakazi. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Sezve. This man is also a purveyor of information. I have done business with him from time to time. And you think he would know something about Green Winters? Amsel nods. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I did not trust this man. For good reason, pragmatic, best to be cautious in the line of work. Sounds like it's about time I pay him a visit. Yes, tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Cool. And there's our first bit of karma, and tutorial is successfully done. Now we can talk to everybody for a bit of bonding. I believe these guys are our party throughout the game. We can still hire mercs like we did in the first game, but we have a dedicated party we can use. I believe Elger is a sniper kind of fighter, which is good, because then we can both be snipers. Alright, so first we'll start with our karma. We got 5 from that. I want to bump up my shooting a little bit. Perfect, boom. 4 and a 2? Or 3 and a 2? 3 and a 2. Quickness has to come next, in terms of my ranged combat. But boom, we got a little bit better at shooting. Love to see it. We'll start with Paul Amsel. What you got for me, dude? Shadow. Amsel peers at you apprehensively. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? No, not yet. Is that it? Okay, I can talk to you, but you've got nothing for me. Dietrich, what's up? Dietrich turns his head at your approach. His aging face is traced with a network of faint scars, the legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all of this, there's still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises his bottle, offering it to you. Shadow, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing. We've got a fallen comrade to drink to. I wonder if he's supposed to be more Russian. I don't drink, but I'll join you until near memory. Take the bottle, go ahead and toast. I'm drinking to revenge. Nah, to Monica, Prost! The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear, and as you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes of sweet corn and walnuts, with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig, then return the bottle to Dietrich's outstretched hand. He takes a long pull on the bottle, then locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Shadow. What made you choose to come to Berlin? No time for a long conversation. Bleh. I can't be direct, so I guess I'll be vague. I had my reasons. Such as? Come on, boss, I'm just trying to figure out who I'm working for here. I think that I deserve to know that much. I guess we can make up our backstory here. One run went bad and my team paid the price. Just had to drop out of sight for a while. Time for a change. A member of my old crew betrayed me. Ain't that a pisser? I can handle all sorts of things, but betrayal always makes me seal red. Amen. I know the feeling, tried to make amends for it, bastard got away. Ventilated the son of a bitch. Extenuating circumstances, if he didn't do what he did, his family would have paid the price. Oh goodness. I don't know if this ever comes into play again later, but, you know, you gotta be careful about setting your canon. Yeah, alright. That's rough. But it's still on him, not you. He should have been more careful. What'd you do? He pulls that trick on me and lives. Dropped him and left him to twist. Faked my own death. It was the only way to save his family's lives. Wouldn't have been my choice, but good on you, I suppose. All the same, Shadow. Saints don't tend to last very long in this line of work. Trust me, I've watched enough of them by it to know. Okay. So you faked your own death, bailed on the rest of your team, and made your way here to Berlin. Dietrich takes another pull on the bottle. Am I getting that right? More or less. There wasn't much left for me in the rural plex, and Monica made me a hell of an offer. A bit more to it, and then, yeah. Talk later if you want. No, I'm not an asshole. More or less. Ah, yes, Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, then closes his eyes and takes a long drink. After the moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other way back, but she was pretty coy about these things. Well, what do you want to know? Monica was my friend. I cared about her. Dietrich shrugs. I don't know. I guess that I just want to get to know her better. There were some areas of her life that have always been a mystery. If you could shed any light on them, I'd be appreciative. Monica, why don't you know that she have told you herself? Nah. Knew Monica well enough to know what she means. She did have a mysterious way about her. I can respect that. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. Nah, we weren't lovers. We were friends. Right there with you. I'm privileged to say so. She was one of the best women I've ever known. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time. And the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking the time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Dietrich takes a final pull on the bottle, then tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. Backstory established. Anything new? No. Sup, Dante, pupper? As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante. Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. God, yeah, he looks like he could tear you the freak apart. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh, shit. Dante. Dietrich shakes his head. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales, but he can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago. Turned into a full-blown howl. Wouldn't stop. Kept. He closes his eyes. That's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down into those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Grab Monica's bag of soy jerky treats off the table and give him one. Yeah, he gets a treat. Dante takes the treat in his mouth, but it's clear he has no appetite for it, and the jerky drops to the floor. Aww. He leans into you and looks up mournfully, pressing his ribs against your leg. I guess the dog is going with you, Shadow. Amsel takes a ragged breath and releases it. Then a slow, melancholy smile plays across his face. Well, perhaps a part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you're finished with Altug, mein Freundin. Should I be giving him more German accent? I don't know. I like his refined one for now. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. He stares at the floor. And now, I think we should all take a moment. His lips tighten. For Monica. I'm not actually leaving yet. I just wanted to say hi to Dante. Hi, Dante. Does he actually just follow us? Oh, that's cute. Is he a part of the party? Can I equip him? Oh my god, he's totally part of the party. I can equip him. Hi, pupper. Nothing for now, though. Hi, Elger. Elger glares at you, and you can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly still blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? You can talk, you can apologize. You're wrong about me, I intend to prove that to you. She stares at you for a moment, then looks away. Best of luck with that, Shadow. Now please, leave me alone. Something else I want to say, but make it quick. We need to talk about Monica. No, right now we don't. Don't push me on this, Shadow. One of these days we're gonna hash this out. You can talk all you like about that clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends. But it won't be today. Alright, this conversation isn't over. Yeah, I'm leaving. What's up, Glory? Glory is beautiful, in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in their delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware. From head to toe, she looks to be composed more of plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon. Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. The chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Shadow. Glory shifts her gaze to you, but her expression is as cool and placid as always. Can I help you? How are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. Any thoughts on what we should do next? Find our missing client, extract some answers. Beyond that, take jobs, get paid. Personal question. I'm not big on sharing, Sport. Personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge in her voice tells you that she's not interested in continuing this conversation. God, I'm not going to be a bitch. All the secrets, but if you want to talk, I'm here. I'll let her be on that for now. And what's in here? Anything? No. It's probably Monica's room, to be honest. Although there's only... This might be a bunk bed, in which case 2 people sleep there, 2 people sleep there. And that looks like a double bed, but only, like, that would be Monica's bed. Yeah, she's the boss. Guess I'm bunking here, probably with... I don't know who with. This is our stash. We don't have anything in here for now, so can't do anything, but it's there. I think we're good to leave. Nur für Mitarbeiter. Okay, there's nothing over here. Ooh. Wonder if we'll be in combat here. It's snowing. Who dat? Malit Holy. Oh yeah, okay, so this is our hub. Okay. He's our decking guy, if I remember correctly. Donations for the soup kitchen have slowed, Samuel. I'm not surprised. Altruism often comes with an expiration date. Band platform, the safe house, Rhine Nugier import shop. You are leaving controlled sector. New band platform. I think that's our fast travel. Hi, Lane. Who are you? Before you stands a troll, though it is a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite these disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you. If you know Monica. Sure I know Monica. You one of hers, then? Something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on her run. I'm afraid so. There have already been whispers. I had a feeling besides. Monica almost always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now here you are in her place. So she's either severely wounded or outright dead. Which is it? We lost her. The grizzled troll nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetics complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that is a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'm Shadow, by the way. Good to meet you, Shadow. Name's Alexi Lane. What's your place in the Kreuzbasar? No place, really. Just an old relic, rusting away. I'll leave you be. Oh, we can talk to Samuel Beckenbauer. At the sound of your approach, the orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there is kindness in his eyes. Guten Tag, Elf. Can I help you with something? I couldn't help overhearing your conversation. I take it that you run a charity of some sort. He nods. Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can. Clears his throat, then begins to count off on his fingers. In the past several years, I have established a shelter where the dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for the people of the Kreuzbasar to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There are limits to what one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. This is true. He nods to the orc at his side. Thankfully, some of the residents that I've helped over the years have come back around to help me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around the Kreuzbasar working with me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and to do all of the hundreds of other little things that a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. She beams at the compliment. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenbauer. Now, do you have any more questions? If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sound self-important or rude, but there are many pressing matters that demand my time. 15 assorted orcs and trolls. Does that mean other races aren't welcome within your organization? That's taking a rather narrow view of what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. It is also true that before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. I hire only goblinoids because mainstream human society has created a need for me to hire only goblinoids. The orcs and trolls of the Kreuzbasar deserve a workplace where they will be treated with dignity and respect. All that being said, our services are available to all. We wouldn't turn a desperate person away, regardless of that person's metatype. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? Your use of exclusionary language is telling. Even humans are allowed? No. Reserve judgment, you're helping people. That's what's important. It is. I agree with what you're doing here. You're filling a vital need of the community. He nods slightly. Thank you for saying so. Now, is there something else that you'd like to talk about? Organization, accepting donations. Yes, of course. We're actually desperate for them, truth be told. People seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are in providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does the crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. In any event, our shelter has some basic needs that are desperately need to be filled. The walls of the shelter are not insulated, and new blankets would go a long way toward keeping our guests healthy and comfortable. Ideally, we'd like to purchase some space heaters as well. With 250 new yen, we could make this purchase. Whatever you could spare would be most appreciated. So, obviously, we're investing. Just take what you need, I've got you covered. Samuel's eyes widen. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mein Freundin. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. I will put your contribution to work stocking the shelter with blankets and heaters. Not a problem. Please, do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. That means something. It means a great deal. What'll he say if I ask again? Not just at the moment, friend. I'm still working on putting the money that you've already donated to good use. Give us some time. We will set a new goal. But for now, spend your new yen on yourself. You deserve it. I think we could have done that like bit by bit. But just pay it off, you know? Boom. Get that ball rolling. I don't remember what the rewards are, but like, this is my Kreuzbasar, and I will take care of it. And that is the attitude we will have. Alright, so this place seems to open up into another whole area. Let's finish exploring this block first, before we delve too much into over there. Zach Flash. Oh, you're the drug dealer, I think. Yeah. Gunare Metbach. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the soy calf thing is over here, so why don't we do this side first? Might as well. Simmy. Hi, Simmy. Who are you? Warming herself in the dim light of a dying street lamp is a waif of a girl who looks far too worn for years. Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see to them. I wasn't aware of any convent or church nearby. She's there when I close my eyes, and I'm Maria. She says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. Do you know Monica? Monica? Is she one of the sisters at the Abbey? No, wait, Monica. A flicker of recognition fights through the haze in the young woman's eyes. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat and tea to drink. Afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from your tone. She died? Sorry, she did. The girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging at her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. The girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Instead, she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven, she told me. It is a place for good people, stillborn babies, and childhood pets. And she was a good person. The girl then begins to mumble to herself while fingering the hair that covers the jack in her head. The story sounds familiar. Captain Von Trapp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife, and the children their mother. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. Have you seen the captain? I'm going to step away now. Yes, good. I need to rejoin the children. Might be able to do something with her later, but I think that's it for now. Phone's ringing. I think that's a side quest line. A bizarre monument towers before you. At the top of the pedestal, the form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park. But the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold, Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that this artist has welded the monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small grimy monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. The grainy face of a smug young orc appears on screen.
Hello there. I'm Herbert Kunzel, the creator of this monument. What would you like to know? This is my tribute to victory, the victory of anarchy. It is both a citation and parody of the status we destroyed some 20 years ago. You may remember it from the history trids as the Sigasao. I'm probably butchering that. Probably butchering a lot of these. Or Goldhouse. Installation history. Isn't it obvious? The Sigasal, a monument to the hubris of the Prussian state, gets blown to bits. So someone takes a lot of bits and builds a monument to the hubris of anarchy. I mean, what more is there to say? I am the visionary Herbert Kunzel from the Lindwormer. You might know me from... Okay, well, there isn't much I'm known for yet, but I intend to change that. All art is born from misery, after all.
Neat. Alright, ringing phone, I see you. It's an old, obsolete phone booth. It's ringing. A monotone, pitch-adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The Shark Wellenreiter's contact for this Kiez is no more. Shadow is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to this Kiez. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our clause. We have phone booths in strategic locations throughout the city. Within each one you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it onto the Matrix ourselves. It is our stated goal for this information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. The line goes silent. Basically, I can... Yeah, okay, so I think this is probably where I'm going to sell that information Monica found before she died. I'm okay with that. I'll keep an eye out. The line remains silent. So, can I? No? Okay, so at the very least, the thing I have, I can't do anything with. Does that, like, show up in my inventory at all? Or... Yeah. A valuable shipments of antiquities will be arriving soon at the Seattle docks. Useful information to someone who can take advantage of it. Oh, okay, so that's setting up a side quest that we can go do, probably. Like, we can go take care of the docks. Yeah, okay, I bet that's what that is. Okay, so that's a thing. I feel like our weapons store is over here. Triage Cyber Clinic. No? Okay, so that's where we're going to get our wetware and medkits and stuff. I'm not going to buy any now, but I do intend to get cybered out. Dr. Xavier somebody. As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints on his wrist. Listen in on his conversation. I'll eavesdrop if I can. Doing your best to look uninterested, you lean in slightly and strain your ears. You find that you can make out the doctor's end of the conversation. No. The price I'm quoting you is more than fair. Well below market value, in fact. If you can't pay it, that's your problem. Yes, I know the price has gone up. This is the seller's market. Then you'll have to find the money or go without. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I have a patient. He presses a button on his comlink and looks up at you, a $1 million smile on his face. I'm sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. He extends his hand to you. I am Dr. Xavier as Cabell. And your name is? Shadow. A pleasure. I'm pleased to meet you, Shadow. What can I do for you today? Cyberware. Arms gives us 6 HP. Eye data jack. Yeah, you can use that to mark, which I think I could already do. And induction data jack. Useful for deckers and riggers who don't want to sacrifice a valuable headwear space. Oh, so you could jack in with your hand instead of your head. Okay. That's fine. All good stuff, but nothing for now. Can't go in there. Looks like I might be able to later, though. Oh, that's outside. Cool, cool. Alright, no. Nice to meet you, dude. You will definitely be getting business from me in the future. Do not despair. Alright, Zach Flash, what you got for me, my guy? This elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated, as though it has been stretched too tightly over his frame. Track marks line the crooks of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all of this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Okay, good to know.
Guten Tag, mein Freunden. You here for some magic? Because Zach Flash,
he gestures at himself with a dramatic flourish,
is your magic man.
I might be interested. Zach cocks his head and offers you a lopsided grin.
Well then, I might be able to help you.
Oh, wow, what the hell was that, dude? Ugh. He begins to twist a strand of his long, stringy hair around one of his spidery fingers. His smile remains fixed, a pearly crescent set into a face caked with grime. Yeah, he does stems. I don't really like to mess with those too much.
Oh, a little bit of everything. I've got your Zen and your Hyper, your Nitro and your Nova Coke. If you want it, I've got it.
Zach leans towards you and lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper.
I've even got a special concoction of my own design, but I wouldn't recommend it unless you're serious about getting high. So, you want to conduct a little business?
Zip the bandages on your hands. Zach snorts out a short burst of laughter. He waggles his bandaged hands in front of you.
Oh, these? Nothing much, chumma, nothing much. Tussled with the spirit back in Amsterdam. You know, we elves are a very spiritual people.
Oh, come off it. Elves are not, on the whole, any more or less magical than anyone else. I'm in a position to know. Zach lets out a short, barking laugh.
Oh, come on! Stop denying yourself. Embrace the power inside of you. You've got the mojo, just like me. Accept it.
Zach lowers his voice to a conspiratorial whisper.
Between you and me, my mojo is stronger than any corp wage mages. Take those rat scum bastards that has technology. They cast spells all day and all night, right? Fire this and lightning that, just tossing them around like candy.
Yep, that's what they do. Look, I don't mean to cut you off, but I've got things to do. You want to make a sale or not?
Well, I am a businessman, and I suppose that you're a customer. Who am I to say no?
You said you knew magic. Are you a street mage? Zach lets out a throaty, barking laugh.
Street mage? Me? Do I look like a street mage to you?
He shakes his head, but his smile doesn't waver. He fishes a small bag of pills out of his back pocket and dangles it before your eyes.
No, chummer, I'm not a street mage. I've got the magic in my blood and the magic in these bags. But you won't catch old Zach studying any spell books.
Well, in that case, let's talk about the magic you've got in that bag there. What have you got? Yeah, okay, same line as before. Let's deal with the special concoction. Flash's grin broadens even further. His mouth is disturbingly large, and there's something menacing about the sight of those two white teeth.
This is a real deal, chummer. A proprietary blend, designed and delivered by yours truly. Pharmaceutical-grade kamikaze, cut with genuine spirit residue from the tear, and then mixed with my secret blend of herbs and spices.
He produces a small packet filled with iridescent purple granules from the pocket of his dirty jeans.
You want to get high? Buy some Nova Coke and throw yourself a party. But if you want a sword, you get yourself some Flash.
Nope.
Toodles.
Yep, sorry. Waste of money. I'd rather upgrade my weapons and my cyberware. Yeah, that's just a fast travel again, but on this side of the map. You're weapons, aren't you? The Romani Patriarch is an impressive figure, an enormous man in his late 60s, burly and broad-chested despite his age. His voice is deep and resonant, and his breath is heavy with the stench of pipe tobacco.
Torvin Barksdale, Elf. You're here to conduct some business? If so, I welcome you to Metbach Arms and Ammunition. If not, keep right on walking. Cash, need weapons. I'm here to buy. Care to tell me about your inventory? I was actually hoping to ask you a few questions. Apparently, when I was reading the thing about the etiquettes before recording last episode, I did also see that Dragonfall has the most money out of the 3 of the games, whereas Hong Kong has the least. So we'll be swimming in money in this game, whereas Hong Kong got to be a little bit more frugal. I think Returns is kind of in the middle there. Ask you a few questions. You make a purchase, you can ask as many questions as you like. The corner of his mouth twitches upward. Make a big enough purchase, and who knows, I might even answer a few. So what'll it be? Will you buy some guns, or will you be on your merry way? Very good. Yeah, what do you got? What do I got? Got the AK-97, I think. Smart Link. Oh yeah, so Smart Link, if you've got a data jack, it's increased accuracy on all of them. But looks like I cannot upgrade my gun at the moment. It's fine. Can I buy a grenade? Yeah, let's buy a few grenades. Yep, that's fine. I'm A-okay with that. Anything else over here, or is it just a way back up? Dancer's bag. Am I gonna rob her? Tip the dancer? Oh, sure. Why not? Support your local businesses. This is where we need to be, I believe. No? Still further over? Oh, wow. This map is fairly large. Okay. And we're back up here. Alright, well, let's go talk to the cyberware dude. That's the safe house. The dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease. Her almond eyes twinkling, ooh, you're cute, twinkling with the glare from a dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accented German. Oh dear. Okay. Welcome to the Data Haven. Can I help you with something? Oh, this is so offensive. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. I'll try and form it as I go. Need some tech. I'm on tight schedule. Show me what you got. Mark for something exotic. What kind of techs do you carry? Anything and everything. Need a new deck? Some software, perhaps? I'm your girl. She taps a painted fingernail against the molded plastic of her data jack. Or maybe you're a rigger, like I am. Perhaps I can interest you in a new drone or two. It all sounds whiz to me. Let's just see what you've got. Okay, cool. So, what do I have in terms of my programs? I don't think I have any. So, I'm going to need to buy a few here. I don't care about suppression. I will take blaster. Take degrade. No grade. That just takes more damage from attacks. I will take an erosion. Take a killer. Take a medic. And a shield. It's probably more than I can use, but that's fine. $750 for one of those. I can't get myself an ESP yet, but that's fine. Matrix Courier. Ooh. Armor gets us new intelligence. Yeah, I'll take that. There, boom. That's pretty much all our money. Okay. A new outfit, too. Pretty cool. Oh, come on. Mouse wheel, come on. Alright. Now we're good to come back down here. Cafe Sezve. Anything
else? The Talismonger's shop. I think that's our actual magic shop. If we were a mage. Let's go stop in and say hello. The Talismonger's shop. Absinthe. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but it's a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and impossibly green. As she looks up at you, you can see that her irises are flecked with iridescent gold. Hello and welcome to Algernon's. Perhaps I can help you with something. As she smiles up at you, her eyes fixed on yours, a curious feeling of weightlessness fills your chest. It feels as though you're floating in a warm, calm sea. A gentle current pulls you closer to Absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant. As you drift, the golden specks in her eyes begin to move. Don't have 4 willpower. Look deeper into her eyes. The golden specks in the elf's eyes shift and swirl, slowly picking up speed. It's mesmerizing. All at once, the specks explode into light and color. Absinthe's eyes now fill your field of vision, and it feels as if you're drowning in an alien sea. The patterns traced by the shimmering specks in her eyes are kaleidoscope, enchanting, nearly impossible to turn away from. You are lost. Your entire world has been reduced to a churning vortex of green and gold. Dimly, you become aware that something is happening. You feel your body being buffeted by unseen forces, and suddenly, everything goes black. Game over. Slowly and painfully, you struggle your way back to consciousness. The shop's owner, Algernon, is peering down at you, an expression of concern on his face. Absinthe stands beside him, her expression one of embarrassment. Pretty sure Algernon was in the first game as well. Yeah. Welcome back, friend. Algernon extends a hand to help you to your feet. Absinthe shifts slightly to allow you to stand. What was that? What happened? My fault and my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional, yes. But there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. I'm gonna go stand in a corner for a while. Interesting. But I do actually want to talk to you. Oh, keeps her eyes hidden from view. I guess we talked to Algernon then. Greetings, young elf. The elf's voice is smooth as silk and rich as clotted cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I am Algernon Halfdream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop you will find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Now tell me, how may I serve you? Question for you if you don't mind. You are in luck. I have a great many answers. What kind of magic do you practice? Shamanic? Hermenic? Personally, the true kind. But I sell goods tailored to all traditions. In my shop, we do not discriminate. In the Kreuzbasar long? I have many stories. Stories of dancing spirits, raging dragons, of unchecked magic and swarming chaos. All of these stories are true. As for the Kreuzbasar, I have always been here, quietly peddling my wares. It is a simple life, but a good one. Absinthe is a friend, nothing more. She helps out around the shop when the fancy strikes her. She is nobody's assistant, and I am no one's master, but her eye. He pauses for a moment, considering. I believe that they suit her personality. Sure. What you got, bro? Yeah, so we could buy new spells of all the types, and also fetishes for summoning all the different shamanistic stuff. But I'm kitted out about as well as my budget allows for the moment. I think we're good to move on. That is our main tour of the... Oh, and David. Hi, David. Who are you? pair of round eyes peer up at you from under the hood of a grime-smeared winter coat. You recognize him as David, one of the Kreuzbasar street kids. If you had to guess, you'd place him in the mid-teens, although it's difficult to tell beneath the grime and acne marring his face. You've seen him following Monica around between runs, chasing her heels like a lost puppy. She always seemed to have a soft spot for the kid. Wait, does he get a face portrait? Oh, hi, Shadow. Have you seen Monica around? I've been looking all over for you. Afraid I have some bad news for you, kid. Kid blinks, a blank expression on his face. She's dead, isn't she? I'm not gonna lie to him. Sorry, kid, we all are. Yeah. Look, I think I want to be alone right now. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, Cafe Sesve. It was all too Jan Goldschmidt. Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the voice is as enormous as its owner. A deep, booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. Oh, okay. A fine day for a soy calf, yes? Yes, it certainly is. In the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his soy calf by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Altug, mein Freundin, you are as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. If you wouldn't Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist you with your task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his small eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? Could be Jan, but I have a feeling it's Jan. Why do you put up with those insults? Don't you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altug, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his soy calf cup in salute. And thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I've been your customer, yes, Altug? 2 years of soy calf and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altug makes money, an ideal business relationship. All sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Gives you a deep nod, his jowls quivering. Until next time, my friend. He looks like a slightly greasy Samwise Gamgee. So I guess a slightly greasy Sean Astin. The man behind the counter looks past you and at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish. Perhaps a coffee for our friend here. Sure. Turk looks disgusted. Very well, a soy calf. He tisks to himself. He has opinions about coffee. Welcome, honored Effenden. Welcome, and how can Buragazi serve you today? You would like a cup of coffee, perhaps? Coffee is in real coffee, not soy calf. Yes, for individuals of refined taste, I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks you in the eye. The tone of his voice grows low and serious. This is a top-shelf item, my friend, and not for the general public. Only for those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. In real life, I hate coffee. I hate the smell of it brewing. It turns my stomach. I can deal with caffeine, and I found ways to have coffee, like when I used to do my homemade ice caps, but I am not a coffee fan. In the universe, though, why not? I think I'm the sort who can appreciate it. Tell me about the Turkish coffee. It is hand-picked by my family in Turkey, a true delicacy of the sixth world. This was considered a luxury even before the awakening, when bean coffee was everywhere. Every street corner, they say. Buragazi leans in close, lowering his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. Long hours in the shop have perfumed his body with the commingled scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco.
Trust me, if your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf, you must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. Alright, you sold me. How much? I don't have 50 credits. Another time. This is a specialty item delivered at some cost. I cannot part with it for less than 50 new yen a cup. I hope I can come back for that later. Paul Amsel sends his regards. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His voice takes on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I'm always happy to provide. Tells me you're developing the menu for a friend of his now, Herr Winters, I believe. I want to hear all about it. Catering? Yeah, we can be dumb. Paul is always pleased to send business your way. He was hoping you could discuss some of the details. Okay, we'll do this one. Yes, yes, of course, O wise one. Kami, come! A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. But Agazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Ooh, she's cute, too. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum, and hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. I'm not your errand girl. I do a job, I get paid. He smiles big, the Turkish vendor again. You are already being compensated, most masterful of mercenaries, do you not recall? Kami is fetching your information for you. Returning the favor would be the courteous thing to do. My time is valuable. Yeah, Charisma 3, glad we have it. That's valuable commodity, my friend. I'm sure a businessman like you can understand that. Oh, I can buy coffee now! Oh, yes, of course I can. Rummages through his pockets and fishes out a crumpled 100 new yen bill. He thrusts the coffee-stained waterpaper into your hands. There, you have been paid. Now, let us get on with it, eh? Voice lowers to nearly a whisper. Errand is simple, hardly worthy of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network. As part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free matrix access for all who live in the Kreuzbasar. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, every tap's protocol buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit every data tap and reset it. That's it? No catch? There is no catch, I assure you. It is time-consuming and a bit tedious, nothing more. Just reset the taps and come back when you are finished. And there should be 3 of them scattered around this neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. Cool. Well, this episode has been pretty long so far. Menu board. Special today is a caramel soy calf. Can I have the actual coffee? Not yet, okay. I'm pretty sure I can have another chance of that. We're going to go grab these tap things. We've already done the grand tour of the neighborhood, and we'll end right before. Oh, can we go back here at all? No, okay, that's blocked. We'll end right before coming back in, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot more expositional dialogue there. There's the data tap, okay. Data tap's protocol buffer is now reset. Anything up here? Not seeing one over here. Okay. One over here. Nope. It's probably going to be one up here. No? Oh. What just happened?
Maybe because I was holding Alt. That does weird things sometimes. Ah, yeah, there's one over here. Probably one down here then, if I had to guess. You could probably see it on the map. Ah, no, here it is. Good, good. Nice and easy. As you are resetting the data tap, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find out you can make out two distinct voices. A nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker, and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard, Monica, need to verify. Good for us. Sounds like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step. Wait, isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more machinery. Drowning it out. A bell rings loudly again and again. It sounds like a telephone. Hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. Rattled plastic, and the ringing stops. Guten Tag, how may I help you? I heard. Businesslike. Yes, he knows. Told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. What do you think I am, an idiot? Council needs to meet again. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Kreuzbasar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the Flux sometimes. Interesting. Very interesting. Cool. Well, let's get back to just in front of the cafe. That's a safe house. I don't want to be there. Here we go. So this is where we're going to leave things off for today. Thank you to everyone for joining me. I hope you had fun. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all next time for some more Shadowrun Dragonfall. Bye-bye.